Welcome to Fun Facts Daily, your source for just the good stuff. Monday through Friday, we're bringing fun facts and news you can use, all carefully curated to uplift and inform. So give yourself a break, relax, and learn something awesome in just a few minutes every day. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Wood. It's Shark Week, so every day this week, I'm going to focus on a different species of sharks. Today, we're going to be learning all about great white sharks. But before we get into the facts, let's warm up our brains with a little challenge to see if you can tell fact from fiction. Consider this. The megalodon, an extinct predator that roamed the oceans millions of years ago, is frequently depicted in media as the direct ancestor of the modern great white shark. Many people assume that the megalodon evolved into a smaller version, and that's how we got the great white shark we know today. What do you think? Is that an actual fact? We'll find out at the end of the episode. Now for your word of the day. Our word for today is countershading. That's countershading. Countershading is a type of camouflage where the animal's back is darker than its underside. Great white sharks have gray dorsal fins on the back paired with a white underbelly. When seen from above, the gray back blends in with the rocky seafloor. When viewed from below, the white belly matches the sunlight shining down from the ocean surface. The word countershading combines counter, meaning opposite, and shading, referring to the darkening of an illustration. The American naturalist Abbott Henderson Thayer detailed this concept in the late 1800s, leading biologists to call it Thayer's Law. This coloration goes beyond sharks, though. Other marine animals, like penguins and dolphins, use countershading for survival. All sorts of animals have this coloration because if you're a predator, it helps you sneak up on the prey, and if you're prey, it helps you hide from predators. Time for your daily high five, our top 5 fun facts about great white sharks. Number 1. Great white sharks keep their body temperature higher than the surrounding ocean water. Fish are typically cold-blooded, matching the temperature of their environment. But great white sharks can keep their internal temperature warmer than the water by as much as 25 degrees Fahrenheit. A network of veins and arteries called the rete mirabile, which translates to wonderful net, conserves the heat generated by muscles as they swim. This system warms the oxygen-rich blood coming from the gills before it reaches the core organs. Warmer muscles contract faster and with more force, so this gives the shark a powerful advantage in the water. They can move in bursts of speeds up to 35 miles an hour. Also, a warm brain and eyes process visual information faster, improving their hunting efficiency in cold waters. Number 2. Great white sharks produce and lose teeth constantly, up to 20,000 teeth over their lifetime. Shark teeth don't have roots holding them into the jawbone. Instead, the teeth anchor loosely in the bed of connective tissue. Great white sharks have multiple rows of teeth arranged like a conveyor belt. When a front tooth falls out or breaks, a replacement tooth from a row behind it moves forward to fill the gap. A great white shark will have around 300 active teeth in its mouth at any given time. Those teeth have serrated edges functioning like a steak knife to grip and tear food. The constant replacement ensures that the shark always has a sharp set of teeth for hunting. Researchers use the discarded teeth frequently found on the ocean floor to track shark populations and migration patterns. Number 3. Great white sharks have a sense called electroreception that helps them to detect the electrical signals of other animals. All living creatures emit electrical fields generated by muscle contractions and a beating heart. Great white sharks detect these microvolts using specialized pores scattered across their snouts. These pores connect to jelly-filled bulbs known as the ampullae of Lorenzini. The jelly conducts electricity, sending nerve signals to the shark's brain when an electrical field enters its range. This sensory system is effective within a few feet of the target. It allows the great white shark to locate prey hidden beneath the sand or in murky water where it would be hard to see. Sharks also use this electroreception to navigate the open ocean. They align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field, turning the ampullae of Lorenzini into their own sort of built-in compass. Number 4. Great white shark pups are born about 5 feet long and immediately begin hunting on their own. Female great white sharks are typically around 15 feet long, with the largest measuring about 20 feet and weighing 2 tons. Their pups are pretty big too. Great whites incubate their eggs internally through a reproductive process called aplacental viviparity. The eggs hatch inside the mother's uterus, and the pups continue to develop and grow for an estimated gestation period of 11 to 12 months. When the female finally gives birth, the litter typically consists of between 2 and 10 fully formed sharks. At birth, these pups are 4 to 5 feet long and weigh about 40 to 50 pounds. Once the mother gives birth, though, she is done. She provides absolutely no maternal care or protection after the pups enter the ocean. The young sharks actually need to swim away from the mother immediately to prevent her from viewing them as a potential food source. The juvenile sharks instinctively navigate to shallow coastal areas known as nursery grounds, which offer protection from larger predators. In these shallow waters, the pups hone their hunting skills by feeding on smaller targets like stingrays, squids, and bottom-dwelling fish. And they stay in these coastal nurseries until they reach a sufficient size to transition into open ocean environments and hunt their preferred marine mammals. And our fifth and final fun fact for today: great white sharks aren't the killing machines we see in movies. Pop culture frequently presents the great white shark as an apex predator of the ocean, but to an orca, the great white shark is the prey. Orcas are larger, faster, and hunt in coordinated pods, giving them a tactical advantage over the solitary shark. Off the coasts of South Africa and Australia, pods of orcas have shown some clever techniques to hunt great whites. The orcas ram the shark to flip it upside down, triggering a physiological reflex called tonic immobility. This reflex places the shark into a paralyzed state, preventing it from defending itself or escaping. Following these predation events, the remaining great white sharks will typically flee the area and avoid the region for months. While the movies I grew up watching painted great white sharks as relentless man-eaters, the great white actually are far less dangerous to humans than you might think. In the rare instances when a great white does bite a person, it's almost always an exploratory so-called test bite to figure out what they're looking at. The shark will usually quickly realize that a person doesn't have the high-fat blubber they need from their preferred prey, like seals, so they typically release the victim and swim away. Across the entire world, all shark species combined average only about 70 unprovoked attacks and 5 to 6 fatalities per year. And if we're looking at great whites specifically, they account for only about a dozen of these attacks and usually just 1 or 2 fatalities a year. To put the risk in perspective, you're statistically in far more danger from cows, which actually kill around 20 people every year in the US alone. Now for some news you can use. If you encounter a shark while swimming in the ocean, maintain continuous eye contact and back away slowly toward the shoreline or a nearby boat. Great white sharks are ambush predators. They rely on the element of surprise to investigate potential food sources. Turning to face it and tracking its movements disrupts its primary hunting strategy. Maintaining eye contact also signals to the shark that you're an aware predator instead of just some oblivious prey. This will usually deter a shark from approaching closer or initiating an exploratory bite. Still, there are some more precautions you can take. While facing the shark, you should avoid thrashing, splashing, or making sudden, erratic movements. Rapid surface splashing mimics the acoustic and visual signals of a wounded animal in distress. Keep your limbs positioned close to your torso to minimize your physical profile in the water. Try to just slowly, carefully, and smoothly swim backward using calm strokes without breaking that eye contact. The controlled movement creates some physical distance while showing that you're not a panicked, vulnerable food source. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. At the beginning of the episode, I asked if the modern great white shark evolved from the prehistoric megalodon. This one's a fallacy. Scientists have analyzed the transitional stages of shark teeth over millions of years to map their lineage. The fossils show that the great white shark evolved from a lineage of broad-toothed mako sharks around 16 million years ago. The megalodon belongs to a completely different, extinct family lineage called Otodontidae. While they share a distant common ancestor, the great white is much more closely related to the modern mako shark than the megalodon. Now, I hope you enjoyed learning a bit about great white sharks with me today. Be sure to tune in every weekday for even more fun facts. Fun Facts Daily is an Airwave Media podcast. It was written, recorded, mixed, and edited by me, Kyle Wood. Thanks for sharing a part of your day with me. Be sure to follow Fun Facts Daily on your favorite podcast app so you can keep the good stuff coming your way every day. And if you like the show, please do me a favor and leave a kind rating, review, or just tell your friends about it.